Mm-hmm. Oh, whoa.
What's going on?
What's happening, good people? Got that on. Feed you back to the
Great Monday.
great Monday. Let me check my bracket real quick. How your
Man,
bracket looking, bro?
they throw them brackets in the trash. It's very. If anybody tell you different, they're a damn lie.
Man, March Madness never fails.
I love it. I love it though. I love it, man. Um, what's been your biggest surprise so
Shit,
far in
gotta
this?
be Oral Roberts, man.
Yeah.
Oral Roberts upset Ohio State out the gate
Mm-hmm.
when held on against Florida.
But but sure, even Abilene Christian beating beating Texas.
Abilene Christian. You got little Boheim showing up.
No, yeah, he showed up, and then Illinois getting knocked off. Loyola,
Yeah,
Illinois,
one seed
yeah,
already.
1 seed. So I'm loving it, man. These smaller schools on this big stage, and again, it just kind of show you that even in this playing field, even in the playing field, I know a
Yeah.
lot of people going to talk about with COVID and different things, but shit, he's got he going out here balling, man, and showing up.
And Loyola, they whooped up on Illinois too. It wasn't even like
Yeah,
that was some stretch to stretch, wire to wire. Boys balling big fella with the mustache. You got the nun. You know the nun name?
um,
I got to get her on my prayer team.
yeah, man, she be on it. She be on it. It's funny. The coach was on. He was talking to Stephen A. earlier, and he was talking about how after every game she's sending an email out like, "Look, good game," whatever the case may be. So they definitely got somebody. Sister Jean, yeah,
Sister Jean, yeah, that's right. Sister Jean, the real MVP, man.
real MVP holding it down.
You got Abilene Christian, you got Oral Roberts. I know, man. Better start going to church. Who else we got, man? That game last night, Oregon State
Yeah,
versus Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, yeah.
Against who most people are saying, a lot of people are saying Cade Cunningham gonna be number one pick.
What
What
you
was
think
your
about? Albert, yeah, what you think about this game?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the stars and the big names kind of not struggled, but they just ain't stepped up how them dogs I'm used to seeing. But
Mm.
I mean, I like his game, but I think it's definitely some a lot of room for improvement.
Oh, of course, of
A
course.
lot of room for which he a young kid, but I like his game. I like his game.
Yeah,
You think?
it's the same. Me and a couple of my guys was having this conversation last night. A 6'8" point guard. Um, that's
That's what they
impressive.
projecting him as a point on the next level.
I mean, possibly. I mean, obviously, you're gonna play. What I mean, at 6'8", you can play the one, play the three, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously him running the point. But I mean, your game is solid.
Solid game, yeah.
Yeah, it's solid. Number one. Then again, a lot of times, in college, playing in the system, you really can't see a player's true. I mean, obviously you can see the ability there, you can see the
Mm-hmm.
flashes, but a lot of time when you go to that next level, those college players are able to expand their game. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do at least.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the what's the next matchups? We got is this today?
Yeah,
Yeah,
second
today.
round.
So 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock tip off. We got the Hawkeyes versus Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
You got that one. That's a 7 versus 2.
Man, I haven't seen either one of those teams play, so I can't even front like I
I
I
know
know.
Iowa, they got
They got the big boy.
yeah, He a dog.
He a dog. Yeah, he from DMV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Wally Zerbiak.
Yeah. So then you got at 240, you got Oklahoma and Gonzaga.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the Zags.
I'm riding with too. I'm going with
Yeah.
that favorite.
I think this is gonna be a good game too. Abilene Christian and UCLA.
I'm going with UCLA.
I'm going Abilene Christian, man. I'm going with the underdog.
Go with the underdog. Okay. This is usually the round where a lot of that Cinderella dust. It strikes 12
Hey,
for a lot
shit.
of them.
UCLA is 11 against 14.
Should be a good game.
It should be a good game. Good matchup. Yeah.
Creighton, Ohio. Shit, I'm gonna go with Creighton on that one.
I'm with you on that one.
LSU, Michigan.
That's gonna be a tough one, man.
LSU, Michigan, Florida, Florida State, Colorado, Maryland, Bama, and then USC, Kansas. I thought Kansas was gonna lose to Eastern Washington. Brothers almost got them.
It's some good matchups, man. I love this time of year. Real good matchups.
14.5-point favorites.
Man, you think they can go undefeated, man?
Zags?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they can. This year they don't went this far.
Mm-hmm.
They got the best team. They got two cats when they're supposed to be top, lottery picks. So I don't see why not.
Yeah. That'll be a special story.
Yeah,
Good story.
That's tough to do though. But sticking to basketball, I see you're a Nets fan now.
I just like, I'm a big trucker hat guy, man. I just like the Nets, man. I like the hat. I like the hat.
Yeah, Blake Griffin got in there, got his first minutes yesterday, I believe. Caught his first dunk in the game since 2019. We talked about him on the last episode. Said that we think he'll be a good piece, a good add-on to that piece. To that team. I definitely see him doing that. They got Tyler Johnson been playing well too. That bench, that whole team been playing better.
They got to get healthy, man.
KD been out for a minute, man. What's up with KD, man?
I mean, I've never had a Achilles injury, but I mean, you have injury. You had injuries before, just where like if you had a lower back injury, how that affects your hips. You know what I'm saying? Your whole midsection, your hamstrings, or whatever. Your calves. You know what I mean? So as far as the Achilles, man, we don't know what he's going through or what other things are popping up or whatever. And I'm pretty sure they try to be cautious.
Yeah, is that what it is though? Just just that same ankle? Because I just don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm talking.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just for him to be out. I'm just thinking about him coming off that injury and what it could be.
Yeah, it's because we haven't. How many games we got all three of them play together? Probably 10, if that. But they hoop. We lost two big names went down in the league. The presumptive rookie of the year, Alonzo Ball. I feel like he was kind of running away with that award. He went down, broke his wrist, fractured his wrist. They're saying he'll probably be out for the rest of the regular season, which sucks, man, because I know I was enjoying watching him play. It was, seeing Michael Jordan actually be right with a pick, seeing LeVar Ball be right by the Suns, man. It was a great storyline. It was great to watch him play, but obviously they're gonna do what's best for his future and his health.
No question.
LeBron, he got a bad ankle sprain, so he's supposed to be out for they're saying several weeks.
Yeah, I think you say like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, those some big injuries around the league. He was in my MVP race. And then you had the rookie of the year. So
with the rookie of the year, you said you feel as though he was running away with that. What you think about Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards finding his groove. So now obviously the opportunity is there.
Yeah,
it's wide open for him to continue to keep balling. He started hitting his three. He was feeling himself, hitting 40 pointers and shit, dunking on cats. So I like his game, man. That was my rookie of the year pick coming into the year. I didn't expect Lonzo to be this good this early, honestly. But yeah, he that deal.
Yeah, I like his game, man. Explosive, like you said. Definitely gaining confidence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Playing at a high level right now. So definitely an opportunity for him to run away with it.
Yeah, man. But Lakers, man, we're gonna see Kuz at number one. Kuz and Schroeder. We're gonna see what that 1-2 punch could do.
It's rough. It's rough over there.
It's gonna be rough though. You down AD, you down Bron.
You got the two big dogs down.
You don't want to go into the playoffs with a 4 seed or something like that. But what else? Anything else on the basketball front?
Man, let's talk about we in touch on that, man. NCAA women's
Yeah. The,
come out and show the facilities and disparities between the men and the women. Man, that was crazy.
That was. I couldn't believe that. Like when I saw the picture, I couldn't really believe. Like somebody was like, "Yeah, let's get these rack of weights here." Like, yeah, we good here. Like,
we good, right?
That's wild, bro. But man, shout out my homegirl Erica Morrow, assistant coach over at Syracuse.
Okay,
they got a win yesterday, so their men and women's won. I think they play my UConn Huskies next, though.
Might get ugly.
Paige buckets
might get ugly. She balling too, bro.
Yeah, she nice.
You know what I be thinking about a lot of times when you see a college athlete, right? Like come in as a freshman and just kill the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
So another person that comes to mind is Adrian Peterson when he went to Oklahoma as a freshman, right? And I just think about like, yo, as a senior, like what were they doing
in high school?
In high school, you know what I'm saying? Like what were they doing? Like just a year ago, you was in high school playing, and I can't imagine it. So I just be thinking about that, like how she's balling right now as a freshman. Just imagine last year when she was in high school, how.
I remember seeing her. I remember seeing her. That was years ago. She was probably 8th grade or something at that point. She been getting busy. But to go up in that program, that UConn women's program, who put out crazy names, Tarasi Sue Bird, Tina Charles, Maya Moore, Bree Stewart, Renee Montgomery. The list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
For her to step right into that and been able to accomplish the things that she has, because they go in there thinking like, shit, I want to win 4 straight.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So they it's a lot of round one games for them today. It's a deep schedule for them. But yeah, man.
So man, let's get into this football. Rusty, man. Rusty got a question, man.
I can pick up the.
You can't pick up the questions?
The new comments down there now. The last one I see is Ace Boogie.
No. But Rusty, man, D-Butt, this is a little off topic. We on topic now, though, baby. But with Tramon Williams hanging him up, any thoughts on him as a player or his career? Impressive to walk on, go on draft, and have a 15-year career. Man,
15,
T-Dub.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, T-Dub, man, class of 06. Beautiful career, man. I love T-Dub gang. We played a year together at AZ. Smart player, savvy vet when we got together. But just talking to him and about the guys that he played with. So you had Nick Collins, C. Wood. He had a lot of guys over there. And I think in his career, I think it's like 30 some picks. Hell of a career, man. And just to, like you said, just his path to go to walk on. I think it was Louisiana Tech, maybe. I think he went. And then
walk on, ended up playing 15 of them things.
15 years. That's love. Hell of a career. Hell of a career. Love him as a player.
Yeah, seemed like a consummate pro. Always making plays. You don't last out there in that secondary for 15 years without adding tremendous value to them locker rooms, every locker room you're in, and that's definitely what he did. I could tell that from the outside looking in. So shout out to him on a great career, man. 15
of them things.
That's crazy. What else we got though? On the NFL side, Galladay, he finally broke that wide receiver market. We got 4 for 72. up in New York.
Another weapon for my man DJ Daniel Jones.
Hey, another weapon for Danny Dimes. It's no excuses. No excuses this year. Obviously, you got to be solid up front, but
yeah, we gotta keep my man upright. You know what I mean? Let's not talk too soon now.
Nah, we gotta talk. It's the Giants, man.
We gotta keep my man upright. So you saying no excuses? Like shit.
No excuses. Too many weapons out there, man. With that defense too, they gotta win some ball games. In that division,
yeah.
If I'm on that team, man, I'm expecting we going in here to win this division. You got and like I said, this is when you find out about Danny Dimes. You got you got Slayton. I like Slayton a lot too. I like the young boy Slayton. You got Shepard, who's kind of went up under the radar for a lot of people. And now you got your big dog. You got your Warren. You got Galladay.
Evan Ingram.
He got to be consistent.
Yeah, they sound Kyle Rudolph. You got Saquon. Yeah, you got Saquon coming back. So, like you said, Danny Dimes definitely got a lot of weapons, man. So they keep him upright, get that O-line intact. Shit, Danny Dimes gonna drop numbers this year. Mark my word.
So you like that combo for him, that Galladay. Them going out and get Galladay for him.
Yeah, a big body receiver. Can make some plays, and then like you said, you sprinkle in Darius Slayton. Anytime he get the ball, he can take it to the house, and then you got Shep, and then you got two good tight ends, and then a run game, a good running back. I like what they putting around him. I like that.
They're doing a good job, man, setting them up with weapons to succeed.
Yeah,
a lot of money, but hey, gotta pay it for the free agents. Gotta pay it.
We got a question for you.
Oh, off the rails, coming out the gate, off the top rope. Do I think the Giants should still move Saquon? Man,
no, hell no.
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's just that running back position. Like you're gonna have to start talking about a lot of money at that position to keep him there. That's just not a position that especially with how that team is built. Not a position I'm looking to dump a bunch of money in going forward. He's had some injury concerns. Obviously, a phenomenal talent. It will be a tough decision, but I'll start making calls. People taking calls for quarterbacks and everybody else these days. I definitely start taking some calls.
So you standing on it. You standing firm on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on it, man. You got weapons. You just pay the receiver $18 a year or whatever that is. I think that's around $18 a year. Hey, man, but I don't know. Go get your dog, find you an elite pass rusher. Like, I'd dump that money into a pass rusher before I would have run it back, personally. Shit, they may be in the market for a quarterback soon, too. AB don't think so, but
we're going to see this year. It's going to be a big year for Danny Dimes. I think
year 3?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing for him, what he has to protect that ball.
Got to
protect that ball. Outside of that, man, I think he'll have a tremendous year.
Yeah, he got a big arm. He can make all the throws. Big, tall quarterback, athletic. I wouldn't even say sneaky, just athletic.
Yeah.
Like you said, turning the ball over, and not only just picks, fumbles. Like his fumbleitis was,
bro,
man. So yeah, that got to be fixed. But hopefully it can be. It's been one of those things that's been kind of consistent though. So we're gonna see though. We're gonna see. AB believes in him. We're about positivity on this show.
All positivity, baby.
So I'm hoping the best for him. It's a vision that every team that shows up to training camp truly 100% feels like they could win that division.
No question.
So we're gonna see. It's always NFC East, always fun, man. Standing in the NFC East. Who did the
Cowboys?
Yeah, Cowboys.
Keanu Neal.
Just signed Keanu Neal. How you feel about Keanu? Obviously a safety. They said they're moving the Will linebacker. At least that's what I heard. I'm not sure how accurate that is.
I read that as well. I don't think that's a terrible move. I don't think that's a terrible move. Obviously, if you think about the position that he was playing and how they were playing him in Atlanta, it was similar to the Cam Chancellor role when he was in Seattle, where he was majority, a lot of times in the box.
in that ball.
So playing that will linebacker, I just think, it's fitting for him. He has the body type that he can do it. At will linebacker, you really, you setting the edge and, you getting in the mix. So I think that's a good move for him as a player. And I think it'll be a good move, for the Cowboys. Another thing with K. Neal, again, gotta stay healthy. I think past couple of years is dealing with some injuries, but if he can stay healthy, man, he's a big hitter, smart player, and I like his game.
Yeah, he's an enforcer. That's the first word that comes to mind when I think of K. Neal.
Yeah,
enforcer. Cam Chancellor would be a great person. Barron, who kind of went from playing safety in college and played mostly linebacker, that will linebacker spot. There's been some guys. The first person that comes to mind, honestly, and they're not exactly similar, but they got some similarities. Thomas Davis, who just retired at Carolina.
Yeah.
From Carolina. But he was the safety in college at Georgia. He could fly, even from his last day on the field, he was still flying sideline to sideline. So I can see Neal getting into that role, not having to do as much in space like, y'all safeties do. Now kind of it being more, hey, you in the box, better matchups at this point in his career. And flying around sideline to sideline, I think he could be a big difference maker. And obviously he's going to be familiar with the system. Been at Dan Quinn as a D coordinator over there at Dallas. So I'm looking forward to seeing K. Neal stay healthy and make an impact on that Cowboys team, man.
No question. Like you said, you even talked about the matchup. So playing that safety, being able to come down and match up with backers or with running backs and tight ends. So I think it'll be a good move on both ends.
That's sweet. They got the Hook going out there too. Malik Hooker going out there for a visit. So,
we talked about that.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I don't know if it was the last show, but we talked about
Thursday.
Yeah, Hooker going out there could be a good look for him on a 1-year deal, proven deal, stay healthy, go out there and ball, and it could be.
That's a fact. I was talking to him about it. I told him, hey, one thing about the Cowboys, anytime you do make a play, they're gonna be opening up on damn near every sports show.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're out there, you do have a good year. It's a definite place to revive your career. But they got him, KZ as well. KZ's going out there too.
Who was that?
KZ. I think his first name right now. Last name Kazee.
Oh yeah, okay.
Familiar with Dan Quinn as well. Been out there in Atlanta for I want to say his whole career.
Yeah.
He's 7 out in Atlanta. He dealt with some injuries last year as well. So we'll see.
I like him. I like it. Some decent moves by the Cowboys if they go ahead with it. Definitely, need some pieces on that defense, man, to help that defense out. So I like it.
I think we get a hungry. I think their offense is gonna do some things this year, but that defense, they can only go up. They can only go up for what they did last year with Mike Nolan.
It was a long year on that side of the ball.
It was ugly, man. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I thought that would have been a good move for the Cowboys to bring in Kyle Fuller. Denver Broncos ended up signing him. Denver definitely got a great player.
I like him a lot. I like his game a lot. Very savvy. Very technique sound. I like Kyle Fuller. I would have liked him on the Colts. Honestly, we got I'll let you finish talking about Kyle Fuller though, because I got something to say about that.
Nah, I like the signing, man. I like the signing. Like you said, Kyle Fuller, young vet, plays the game, plays the position, the way it's supposed to be played. Not only in coverage, but he'll come down and smack you too. So that's what I like. You know what I mean? So
and cornerback deals been the defensive back. We had what you think about Justin Simmons? We talked about that because he signed for a bag too.
Highest paid safety right now.
Yeah.
So I like him. I like him. And in that system out there, so Vic Fangio, I had him as a D coordinator my first year in San Fran. They love safeties. They love safeties. And then I think that's why that Kyle Fuller signing is good too, because they were Vic Fangio was in Chicago as well before he got the Denver job. So just me having some familiar faces, him being able to go to that system and knowing how everything flows. But Justin Simmons, man, he's a dog, man. I like him. Ball hawk. He does everything. He can cover. He can cover ground, come down and hit you in your mouth, man. So that's a good signing.
And he don't miss time either.
Yeah.
Up to this point, at least, I want to say he got like the longest going streak, like 3,500 consecutive snaps or something like that for a safety, which is impressive.
Very playing that position.
Very impressive, yeah. So shout out to the young boy getting paid, man.
Hey, getting paid.
Got him. We talked about Pat Peake going to Minnesota. Chris Ballard signed Xavier Rose back it was a good deal for the team for sure. Good deal for X Rose. Another 1-year deal.
What do you think about that move?
Good move from the coach. He came back, had a big bounce back year last year with him. And they kept him in there. And once again, Chris Ballard, from the business standpoint, I feel like he got great value.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing exactly what you're getting from Xavier Rose, so it's not a lot of guesswork there. You keep him in the building, and like I said, you're not overpaying. For Rose, they thought it was over for him in Minnesota when they let him go. So he's got another year on a good defense. That's a good move for that top of the depth chart over there in Indy. Obviously, you got Kenny Moore there as well. Still think they need another corner. They need another top-notch corner. That's why I thought they should have been in on the Kyle Fuller, Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward's still available, right?
Yep. I haven't seen anything about him signing anywhere, so I think that'd definitely be a good signing for him.
Yeah. So
unless they feel as though they can get a young corner in the draft.
In the draft, yeah. You went with Rocky Sin in the second round a couple years ago, and who he struggled. He's got the talent, but it's some things, consistency and technique wise, that need some work. And hopefully he's working on those things. But that's a tough position to just come in and play at a high level. But you got good players around you, so I'm sure they'll probably address that again in the draft, because we're in the league now where you
can't have enough DBs.
At least 4 or 5 solid corners, and then another 3 or 4 good safeties. So can't have enough good DBs, man.
Yeah, at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, let's move out west. The Rams signed Deshaun Jackson.
Brought D-Jack over. Let him finish his career
back home. Yeah. Get with Matthew Stafford. How you like that? How you like that combo right there?
Man, that's a big arm quarterback who can still let it fly. Deshaun Jackson, obviously, at the back end of his career, but he still has that threat to break the game open at any time. And I think the same thing when I talk about T.Y. With T.Y. being with a quarterback that has the ability to stretch that field and attack those defenses, and you put D-Jack with a quarterback like that, and you got 2 possession receivers. 2 are probably the best possession receivers in the NFL with Kupp and Robert Woods. So you got those guys moving the sticks underneath, and you got the threat of D-Jack over the top. I think that's another big. That's going to end up being a big sign that once again, if D-Jack can stay healthy, that's been an issue at this point in his career. But if he can stay healthy, I can get ugly. Sean McVay, I'm sure he could dial that up.
Oh, no question. And like you said, it's gonna open up so many other things as a DB. You got somebody like DJ that can fly. You gonna respect that. You know what I mean? So definitely, it's gonna open up a lot of things underneath. Great signing.
They got another young receiver too, who's pretty good. Van Jefferson, maybe. But they got some weapons over there. He got some weapons. That was a good signing. What was the other? Who was your bet? Who's your number one signing right now overall in free agency? Like when you say,
No,
okay, that team, that player, that was the biggest win.
in free agency,
I was
I
reading
I would say I don't know. That's tough. It's a
I've spent a lot of moves.
it's been a lot of moves. I'm trying to think of somebody that just kind of jumped off the board and was like, wow, like that was um an impressive move. I would say possibly out there in New England. Um, the two tight end signings, and I would just say the reason why I was impressive, and you talked about it, just how that's going to help Cam. You know what I mean?
Huge.
That's how that's going to help Cam. Obviously, it's other moves that's been made for other teams, but to be able to bring them two guys in to help your quarterback, I think that was huge. The Wentz move was big too.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was gonna say. Probably it was a trade, so it's not considered free agency, but
right,
offseason
right. It
move,
was a
I guess.
move. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that Wentz move, man. It could pay dividends. Obviously, we've been talking about it forever on this show. It's probably halfway through last season. We've been talking about that move and that being possibly what he needs to revive his career. Matter of fact, he had an interview with Pat. He went on the Pat McAfee show. He was live in studio. I thought it was a great interview. I think because he was kind of one of those people that you don't really know. You don't really know much about him. You know what I mean? So he kind of opened up. Obviously, Pat had some stance on him before getting there, and then they had a conversation about that. So it was.
Yeah.
I think Carson Wentz probably won over a lot of Indy fans, honestly, with that interview.
And that's great.
Yeah, that's great. That's
And
great.
that's great.
So yeah, I say I go Wentz. I go Wentz, man.
You go Wentz, okay.
I go Wentz. Just because I think they can be a real contender if they can get the best out of him. Obviously, you've seen a big push to bring Ty home to get Ty back there. I'm not sure if you saw that on your timeline.
Yeah, I did. I
Over
did.
the weekend.
I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know what the holdup is. You know, I know it's business. You know what I mean? It got to be right for both sides. But yeah, man, bring Ty back, man. Ty got a retired coach.
Hey, that was a big movement, man. Obviously, like you said, the business. Once the numbers and the other things add up, but I just can't at this point. I don't know. I can't see my dog moving on, man.
Yeah.
Personally, I want him to do obviously what's best for him,
Of course,
him and his family. But I would just love to see Ty come back and have another 2-3 Ty type years with Wentz. I would love to see it. It should be right along these legendary receivers that came through that organization with Marv and Raymond Berry, Reggie Wayne. So yeah, I would love to see Ty finish it off there, man.
Yeah, we got to do that, man. If y'all listening, man, Coach, man, Chris, man, make that shit happen, baby.
bring Ty home, man.
Bring Ty home, baby. I love it.
What else y'all got out there, man? That's a good contract for T. Hey, man, whatever he happy with.
Yeah.
His number is, man. It's always and the thing about free agency too, for y'all who haven't noticed at this point, a lot of those, it's about relationships. We talk about relationships a lot of times in this business. So when one team signs with another, when one player signs to another team like that, one of these big deals, a lot of that time they got some type of relationship, they got some type of history. We talked about the signing in Dallas, two Dan Quinn guys. We talked about somebody got some history with somebody, every team that they're going to sign. So never burn those bridges, man.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I know my last two teams, I have relationships with, going to AZ, with BA, with Betch, going to New York, Betch again, you know what I mean? So you're 100% right as far as those relationships of having some familiar faces or some type of continuity, knowing the system. So You're
Kyle Fuller.
Kyle Fuller. Yep, going out there. So you're 1,000% right on that.
Yeah, man. Who this? I forgot. I definitely forgot to call them Stooges the sellouts. My bad, cuz. My bad. Got a Juju comment. Juju only making $8 million. Was that just the market, or do teams not like the dancing?
Nah, shit. I think Baltimore offered him more money, and then I think it was another team that they said offered him more money, but he just wanted to stay in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. The numbers surprised me. I did think he would, he would have got more, but like the market, it is a funny year with the market, obviously. Then I'm sure teams have completely different views of him. And then depending on what his team may have of him as far as his agent, they may say, hey, we want him to go be a one, so we want to sign a number one type deal. But going back to Pittsburgh, I think it was more about, obviously football, but his brand as well. He's got a big brand off the field.
Mm-hmm.
I know the last time I looked, he had the highest selling non-QB jersey in football. And that's still his fan base. It's a different fan base.
They all over the world.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest, that's one of the strongest fan bases out here. So if he's looking at it big picture wise, I can definitely see him even taking less money and going back to a familiar situation out there.
Like you said, he probably not tripping off the money just because of the things that he does have off the field. TikTok. I know he's a big gamer, and things of that nature. So he like, well, shoot, if I can take less money, again, be comfortable in my situation, being comfortable in the city that I'm in already. I don't have to pack up. I don't have to move. I don't have to, create a new routine in a new city. I'm comfortable here. Again, we always talk about what's important to the player and the player's family, and obviously that was the best fit for him. So.
He's young too. What is he? Because it's not like this was his one time to hit. I'm sure he hoping he come back and have a bigger year. Like we always are. All players have that mindset. Go better yourself. Let me see. See how old Juju is. And the NFL just signed a crazy media deal. Somebody got to drop the details on that in here. Yeah, he's 24 years old. Yeah, turned 25 this season, but 24 years old.
Yeah. Now, Lawrence, we just kind of touching on that. Being familiar, it's and again, I think it's different for different players. So I can't sit here and say that every player is like that. And a lot of times players are gonna go where's the most money. But I know for a lot of guys, man, it's just about, if I'm familiar in this situation, I'm familiar in this particular place, I'm comfortable here. And depending on how much money less you're talking about. Like now, if you're talking 10 M's, well, forget it. I'm gone. But if you're talking, 1 M, 2 M's, whatever the case may be, I'm not trying to speak like that's low money. But being familiar, man, I think it has a lot to do with it. MG. Yeah, MG, I've talked to MG a lot, and I could definitely see that he likes AZ. You know what I mean? Not going to speak for him, but, obviously family's there. He played there before. And then, obviously, just think about, you signed J.J. Watt. You got Chandler Jones. So he can go out there and eat. I know Chandler going to force double teams, and you got to deal with J.J. Watt. MG must around have a sneaky good year.
That's golden.
Yeah.
I want to touch on some. Dez Bryant made some comments. I saw probably today.
I seen that.
He was talking about and we touched on it in the show. Probably last time we were on. Talking about Lamar Jackson and the offense and basically them evolving. But Dez was like, Lamar playing quarterback in that system was the least of their words, or something along those lines. Basically saying like, the offensive coordinator need to open up the damn offense and let Lamar play a little more. Let him throw that thing around the field more. Is that pretty much what you took from that statement?
Around that, yeah. And again, he was basically saying, like, we all know he can play the quarterback position. So stop talking about him playing the quarterback position. It's more so what's around him. And if you take offensive coordinator, if you talk about, maybe finding that big target out on the outside, and basically it just seemed like the pieces around him needs to be a little bit better. So if that could be the offensive coordinator,
yeah, I mean the pieces.
I can see that.
Yeah, you definitely need the pieces, but sometimes to get the pieces, it got to be I got to know I'm walking into a good situation. If I'm Kenny Galladay, if I'm a big time receiver in the market, I got to know I'm going into the right situation.
Yeah.
So this is the tweet though. All this Lamar hate is starting to get on my nerves. Just know I got to see firsthand what he have to deal with. Him being able to play quarterback is far from the issue. So yeah, you can take that as far as personnel wise. You can take that as far as play calling wise. But
right.
Greg Roman has gotten a lot of criticism, and I think personally, rightfully so. Players get the criticism. Coaches got to own that shit too. So, yeah, they got to open it up, man. Let Lamar do more. He got to evolve in that passing game. We seen him. He led the league in passing touchdowns a couple years ago. Like, we know he can throw the ball around. Get him some dogs out there on the edge, opening up, and then obviously let him kill you with his legs too. That part of this game ain't going nowhere
at all.
Oh,
nah, but and we've talked about that many times. Just opening that offense up for him. If you can do that, man, I think you could see so much more out of him. Because that NFL MVP still has, yeah, it is.
The NFL, he won the MVP in his first full year starting too, so it's crazy, man. We be wanting that, GMs like me and people that talk about the game like me. We want that instant success.
And we talked about that shit on the. We talked about that on this pod too.
We want that instant success.
Instant, like we no growth. I need you coming in right now, and I need you to be instant.
Right there, off the ripper.
Instant.
All right, so this is the deal. It's Boogie, $113 billion NFL media rights deal over 11 years. So yeah, these salaries about to start getting crazy.
About to get stupid.
So it's a good time to be on short deals, especially if you're young.
Yeah,
stay healthy, obviously.
First thing I'm telling my agent, don't sign me to no 5-year, 6-year deal.
Don't lock me in. I mean, yeah, I'm with you. You got some cats that's resetting the market. A couple years from now, it's gonna look crazy, but yeah. Everybody, what happened? All the NFL is dying and all that shit, man.
You said what?
Everybody with the ratings and the this and the that.
No.
It look like football is still king.
Still.
In America, at least. What else we got? We got about 10 more here, 10, 15 more minutes. What else we got, man? I usually got the fire questions on Monday. We got a 12-10 tip-off. I ain't even gonna ask if anybody got a perfect bracket out there.
Yeah, somebody gonna lie. Somebody gonna lie.
Does anybody still have 16? Anybody still got 8 teams in it? My shit terrible. Yeah, my shit really done. That's crazy.
What's your bracket? You thought you had a chance?
Not really. I mean, coming into it, I don't even watch college basketball like that. But coming into it, I'm like, oh yeah. But Illinois, they're gonna make it to the Elite 8.
Hold on. Got somebody lying. Who
so
your 8?
Who?
Somebody said they got over 8.
Okay. Who you got? What upsets you call, man?
You said what?
I said I'm trying to see if
what upsets?
Yeah, if they called any upsets. Hey, yo.
Hey, pause.
All set, Rusty.
Come on, man. Oh, yeah.
But somebody made a good point too. Ross Downey, NFL is just taking off over here in the UK. Very true. Still, the game has still not been globalized at all. I don't think anything close to its potential. We talked about on this show too about it going to some other countries. I said, we got a perfectly wrong bracket.
That's everybody.
Yeah, it's March Madness, man. This is why people love it, and it never fails.
Never. Great TV, man. Great TV. Again, man, for the young men and women, man, that get on this platform and shine. We got a lot of the world watching, so I love it. You looked at any of the corners coming out this year as far as draft wise?
Yeah, so Surtain, obviously.
Yeah.
Farley. They got the kid out of Stanford.
I'm gonna pull up Trey Brown, man, out of Oklahoma.
He's okay. That's the fast. He moving, right?
Mm-hmm. He part of the sports and entertainment family, so I'm definitely gonna pull up him.
Okay, that's a bet. Yeah, man. The thing about, for me, watching those college guys, you got Asante Samuel Jr. I like his game. The college game is just so different. J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. I like all those cats, man. The college game is so different, man. You really got to do your due diligence. For me, most importantly, I want to see, obviously, athleticism. I want to see how you respond, how you compete.
Yeah.
And then if you just continually improve, over the years. If it's a guy that, everybody's saying he's this, he's that, but like I'm watching this film from his sophomore year to his junior year, and I don't really see much improvement. I just see him kind of. I wouldn't necessarily say a red flag, but I'd rather the guy that comes in as a freshman. Okay, he started as a freshman, 6 games, played well. Sophomore year, okay, he stepped it up. He was, damn near All-American. Third year, okay, he was on another level. Like the other cats wasn't even competing with him. Those are the guys that usually come into the league and take off, regardless of where they drafted. It's gonna be a lot of sleepers, especially this year.
Yeah,
a lot of people under the radar.
But that's when the scout department, man, that's what they get paid the big bucks for, being able to, and not necessarily just getting the best player that everybody's talking about. Like really watching film and
the Darius Leonards.
Exactly, like watching your film, breaking it down, and really studying the player and say, okay, this player could come into my system and do some great things for us. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of times, where the great organizations, that's where they win at.
Yeah.
They find we're not just getting a 5th, 6th, 7th round or the undrafted free agents just to come in and be a body. Like we really think that this young man can come in and help our team. So
and fit with like we said, we always talk about relationships, fitting within a culture, or if it's certain guys that you can potentially see yourself building your culture around. Like I go back to the Darius Leonard again. Like I just feel like that was such a great draft pick, not only because of what he does on the field, but kind of the torch that he carries and the standard that he's setting off the field even. So when new guys come into the program, it's already like, all right, like okay, he's setting the tone on this side of the ball here. Offensive side with Quentin Nelson, same thing up front. Like so when you got those guys that you can draft and make them your own and build around them, like they did in Seattle with, obviously Russell's going left now, but Russell, Bobby Wagner, Cam, Earl Thomas, like all them homegrown, drafted. So you could do it that way, man. It's something special. It's tough. It's tough because that draft is a crapshoot.
It is. I don't care what round you drafting at. Like
draft,
you know what I mean?
Crapshoot, man. He lost Anthony Walker. I love A-Walk, man. He signed a 1-year deal out there in Cleveland.
Yep.
Once again, relationships. Andrew Berry, he got a history in Indy. So he knows exactly what he's getting when he's signing Walker. So he's going to go and ball, I believe. But that was you saw a lot of players speak out about his leadership and his character in that locker room.
That speaks volume.
Speaks volumes.
Speaks volume of the person you are. And it's tough. You got to think. You got a lot of you got a lot of men in the locker room, man, that were the dogs or was the guy, So when you're able to command, a bunch of alpha males in the locker room, that speaks volume. Not just you as a player, but just you as a man and your character. You know what I mean? So
people got to respect you.
Got to.
You know what I mean? Got to respect you. It ain't high school, college where, all right, it's the best player. This is who coach put as the captain or whoever. We know he half the time he on bullshit, but
right.
When the cameras and the media there, he rah like
rock.
That.
Right.
That shit don't fly in NFL locker rooms. A lot of times, the guy who carry a lot of weight, he may not even be a big time player. Like one of the most respected players in the Patriot locker room last decade is Matt Slater. Like from the outside looking in, you'll see, okay, he's a great special teams, a great this and that, but he's one of the pillars in that organization and why they've been so successful so long. So, yeah, it definitely speaks volumes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good quote. Oh, my fault.
Now go
ahead. Vic, is that Dogecoin right there in your picture? Doge to the moon. What's the difference on watching film in the off season versus during the season? Is there a difference?
Yeah. Yes, it is. In my opinion, so off season, me watching film is about first me. I'm watching film with myself. What can I do?
Self-scout.
Yeah, what can I do to get better, right? A lot of missteps, or my eyes aren't good, or just the way I'm approaching, when I'm tackling somebody, and then also scout my peers, other guys that played the position. Like, what are they doing? Like I used to try to watch film on Ed Reed and Troy when I was playing. Obviously that was tough. Like trying to watch film on Troy and Ed because they doing some amazing things. Yeah. But it's like, these are the guys that's above me. So what can I try to find in their game that I kind of implement into my game? And that was kind of the off season of me studying film. In season, I'm studying my opponent for that week. Also, I'm still self-scouting. What did I do bad last game or the last 4 games that offensive coordinators are looking at and trying to see, okay, well, maybe we can get AB on this, maybe we can get him on that. So obviously self-scouting as well, but then a lot of that's watching film during the season is just on your opponent. Like, what is this quarterback doing? Like, does he tap the ball before he throws? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does he throw the ball different if he rolls out to his right, to his left? Or, you know what I mean? So shit like that. So it's definitely, in my opinion, definitely a big difference as far as off-season film study and in season.
Yeah, agreed, 1,000%. Just like not only with film, but even like the same thing working out. Like, you're gonna work out differently during the season than you are in the off season. I think it's a lot of similarities with that. But during the season, what you said is some crossover to that too, because you're watching those, the Troys and the Eds, and I was watching, Chris Harris and Casey Hayward at the slot, Darius Webb, a lot of these guys, Jay Powers, and this was during the season. We're playing the same team, same quarterback. Yeah. I'm gonna go back and watch. Let me see when they played the Broncos. Let me see how Chris Harris was playing against so and so in the slot. Let me see how the Honey Badger was playing this. Let me see how C Wood was playing this when he was playing nickel. So you definitely want to pick and learn from, because I always say this, as players, as on the professional level, you learn a lot more from other players than we do from coaches. And it could be players we never even met before. Yep. Like, sometimes I bump into people that, hey man, I watch the film with the Bull, and the same thing to go the other way. So but yeah, and the season is moving fast though. You try to prepare and be best prepared for that next opponent. In the off season, that's when you're trying to make your big gains. Yeah. And really see where you need to make your improvements at, man. But yeah, that's a great question.
Great question. Charles Woodson or Rod Woodson? Shit, just give me somebody with last name Woodson, and I'm good.
Can't go wrong, both man.
That's
of them. Actually, damn, so in the All Things Covered podcast, they named their top 5. Pat P and B Mac named their top 5 corners.
Yeah.
of all time. Pat P, he didn't rank him, but his top 5 was Deion, Seawood, Rod Woodson, Mel Blount, Willie Brown. Great late Willie Brown. B-Mac's top 5, which he ranked, was Prime at 1, Rod Woodson at 2, Mel Blount at 3, Seawood at 4, Champ Bailey at 5.
Yeah, I was about to say, ain't neither one of them put Champ in there.
Yeah, Champ was at 5. Now, I think the obvious person that's not on this list, in my opinion, is Revis. And now what people would say, and I put up a list. It was crazy. I put up a list last year, March 26th, my top 5 corner. Maybe me or you might have been talking about this. Mine was Prime, Champ, Mel Blount, Rod Woodson, and then 5, I couldn't make a choice between Seawood and Revis.
Yeah.
But I knew I couldn't leave Revis off of a top 5 list just because that was I saw that shit with my own eyes from college to pros. Yeah. Like, I couldn't leave him off my top 5. But how your top 5 look? Any similar?
Similar. Yeah, I definitely have Prime. I definitely have Seawood, Rod, Champ, and then my 5.
So you said Prime, Seawood, Champ. Prime, Seawood, Champ. I must have missed one.
Yeah. So Seawood, Rod Woodson. Okay, so I had Prime, Seawood, Rod Woodson, Champ, and then my 5th was all time.
It's tough.
That's tough. I mean, like you say, Mel Blount, yeah, but I would go Revis. As far as I'm going my 5 of the ones I was able to see. Like, you know what I mean? I know, shout out Mel Blount, HB Black College, all that love, and the way he played the game, and he damn near changed the rules.
Ain't no damn near, man.
Damn near the rules where he was beating receivers up, what I mean, out there on that island, looking like a defensive end. But that would be my 5. That would be my 5.
You can't argue with that 5. And I usually kind of keep it in similar generations just because of the game was so different. Mel Blount, his heyday was in the 70s.
Yeah.
But like you said, he literally changed the game, changed the rules of the game. And Mel Blount he'll probably be one of the best athletes at the cornerback position right now in the NFL. And he looked, like you said, like an end, like a linebacker, 6'3", 6'4", running 4.4s in the 70s. Ended his career with 57 picks. HB. So yeah, I mean, Mel got to be in my top 5, and all them other cats. Champ, 12-time Pro Bowler, most by any DB. Prime, goes without saying, change the position. Rod
it's tough. Like just to put 5 in there, it's tough. Like
tough.
Somebody's gonna get left out. You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna get left out. That's for sure. Somebody's gonna get left out.
That's a fact. A lot of people say Darryl Green. A lot of people say Zont will be in the top. When you up in that. Who else? What other great ones?
Man, you got
you got the safeties next. Oh, we're gonna have to do the safeties next.
Any cornerbacks playing now that can crack that top 5 combo by the end of their career?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. Ramsey could be there. You got I know I'm missing an obvious person. Pat P. Pat P did some shit that was damn near unheard of, especially at the cornerback position. He went 8 for 8 Pro Bowls out the gate.
Yeah.
Which was impressive. And when we talked about it the last episode, I believe, and he was following ones for a lot of his career. Football players that ass a little more. I don't care what the numbers particularly say, but we saw you matching ones left, right, slot.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's respectable. Obviously, Richard Sherman has had an incredible career. Some people put a knock on him because he wasn't a man-to-man guy, but what he did it at the highest level. Especially if you look at him and compare him to anybody else in his era. I mean, it's going to be hard to pick against Sherm. So it's a lot of.
But top 5 though, like that's you got to do some
Top 5 all time.
Yeah,
That's tough.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Them guys we just mentioned.
Special.
Special. Look, we talking about Reavers. We try to get a lot of people. It's hard to get Reavers. Got to be in my top 5 personally, but it's a lot of people that wouldn't put him in there. So
yeah,
maybe it's not. Maybe it is. We'll see. That's a good question. Good question, though.
Great question. Great question.
Ooh.
Sure, man. I know Pat and them about to kick off.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Enjoyed y'all.
As always, man. Y'all have a great week. Be back on Thursday.
Back on Thursday, 11 o'clock. Probably have a Wednesday interview for you as well. Supposed to have a good one.
Yeah.
Real good one. But we'll see. Best undrafted DB. I think that was it. Chris Harris undrafted?
I'm not sure.
I believe Chris Harris was a UFA. But he was all decade. He's probably one of the best undrafted I've seen.
We have to go now. We have to do that. Undrafted guys.
Yeah, because that would. Yeah, undrafted free agent. Broncos 2011.
That's great work, man.
Outstanding work.
Great work, man, by the scouting department.
My dog Reggie just texted me and said, Champ Bailey all day. Champ was kind of slept on too.
Man, I don't know why.
Champ was my favorite for a minute. That open technique he used to play.
Champ.
He was picking shit off. But yeah, man, y'all get up out of here. Go over there, check out my man Pat's show. Appreciate y'all.
As always, man. Again, man, y'all have a great week. Great week.
Out of here.
Peace.